I am at the Pokemon World Championships in Anaheim, California, and I've given myself the challenge of meeting 100 content creators and getting their signatures. Quick thanks to the Pokemon Company International for the free access, as it's thanks to them that I was able to attend the event. The rules are simple: no creator lounge. That's a private space for us to relax, and honestly, it'd be way too easy when there are like 20 creators there hanging out at once. And convention floor only. If I meet any creators outside of Worlds, they do not count. On top of that, I've also got some side goals. Number 1, complete the Pin Rally Challenge, a scavenger hunt where you collect exclusive pins across worlds. And number 2, meet Wolf Glick, a Pokemon World Champion and massive name in the community who's here to compete. However, he made it very clear that he's avoiding interactions until he's out of the competition, which means if I'm gonna pull this off, I'm gonna have to wait for the right moment. Now before we get there, let's get started with day 1. My plan for day 1 was simple: explore worlds, meet creators, and if I couldn't find any, at least start knocking out some of the pin rally tasks. But here's the truth: I was overwhelmed. Worlds was huge. Between the competitions, the side events, fan interactions, and even the Pokemon Legends ZA demo, I was living the dream as a Pokemon fan, but for the challenge, it started to feel impossible. Hours went by and I only had 2 signatures. Finding creators on the convention floor was like finding a needle in a haystack. And to make matters worse, I was also losing my voice.
Hey, look, listen, Lumios trainers. Listen, no, this guy's going crazy in the paint for you guys, bro. He's doing this for you. But he's also growing as a person himself. Watch the video for his sake.
1 million views. Huh?
Hey, man. Hey, turn it off.
Turn it off. I don't have to turn it off.
Hey, man. He's trying to retain his voice.
I'll be honest, I hit a bit of a low point. After Raph and Hybrid went off on their own, I stayed behind, feeling like I already failed. I called my wife Gabby, and she encouraged me. Then I prayed. I asked God for guidance for just one encounter that would keep me going. And within minutes, you will not believe who I ran into. Dookie Shed and Nate Wants to Battle. Nate actually performed during the opening ceremonies that morning, and my friends and I were so hyped to learn that he was there.
It is, no way!
It has to pull it on.
Is it? That's it, right? I think so. No way! Let's go!
What you guys need to know is that Nate and Dookie were some of my favorite content creators when I was in high school. Some of the very creators who inspired me to start this channel. To meet them right after my lowest point when I was about to give up on the challenge, it was so unreal. I told them how much their content meant to me, and they were so awesome. They even gave me their signature. That one moment reignited my drive to keep pushing. And as if that wasn't enough, moments later, I accidentally bump into a spectator. And as we turned to apologize to one another, from the corner of my eye, I saw him. Mr. VGC himself, Wolf Glick, walks right between us, locked in with a serious expression. Turns out he was 1 loss away before being eliminated on day 1, so clearly this wasn't the best time to ask for a signature. But still, to cross paths with him right after meeting Nate and Dookie, it had to be a sign, right? Admittedly, after this, I was completely drained from the day's festivities, so I wrapped up my day 1 by sitting with the crowd to watch Wolfie's clutch win that secured him his spot in the next round. It felt like the perfect way to end my first day. I might have only gotten 4 signatures, but those last encounters gave me just the confidence I needed to take on day 2. With a new resolve and a fresh start, I was ready to take on day 2 of Worlds. If day 1 was just testing the waters, day 2 was where the real challenge began. There were a couple of things I had to keep in mind though. I was competing in the Gotta Catch 'Em All game show that afternoon, so I needed to make sure I was on time for that, which meant losing precious hours from the challenge. And on top of that, I also had to protect my voice for the show. But none of that worried me. I was optimistic, locked in, and ready to go.
All right, the plan, I just got here. I'm gonna go in there, scope out the scene, go around, see if I can run into anybody. That'd be pretty cool if I do. No luck. If I don't find anybody, then probably just get back to the pin rally and naturally, hopefully find someone. Holy crap, is that Dobbs? Bro, get over here, bro.
Yo, what's up?
Say what's up. Yo, perfect.
I just met Zach in person for the first time.
For the first time right now, this very moment.
Like, this is it.
Nice to meet you. I'm
too,
Zactoshi.
You're buff as heck, man.
Oh, you too, man. What kind of content do you do?
I make Pokemon videos.
Well, me too, bro.
Dude, it's crazy, bro.
No, we met each other like 2-3 days ago.
Right out the gate, I had momentum. Within minutes, I got my first 2 signatures of the day. Dobbs, and then shortly after, Ionic Bond. Back to back, exactly the start I needed to wash away the slow pace of day 1. I passed by the creator zone where meet and greets were happening, and I spotted Austin John and Princess Diana. Now, Austin and I already said hi to each other in the creator lounge on day 1, so I wasn't stressing too much about getting him right now. I'd never see him again. Not long after, I got spotted by a spectator asking for a Murkrow pin. And if you don't know, Murkrow pins were the hot commodity at Worlds. They're part of the pin rally, but unlike most of the other pins where you can get from official stations, Murkrow pins are exclusive to creators, and the only way to get one is by trading with one of us. Everyone wanted them, which meant I was constantly getting stopped and constantly slowed down. And with how much I needed to make up for day 1, I could not afford that. But what if I told you that the Murkrow pins were the key to saving this whole challenge? I restocked pins from the creator lounge, and on my way out, almost immediately, I run into Philly Beats You. It was an easy signature since I already knew him. But I also realized that so far, I had only been getting people that I'm familiar with. That's the safe zone. If I really wanted this challenge to mean something, I had to get creators I'd never spoken to before. That's when Raph told me that a bunch of creators were hanging out near the Pokémon Center. I made my way down, but before I even got there, I was swarmed again for the Murkrow pins. My last one ended up going to a little Ash Ketchum cosplayer. And funny enough, during these exchanges, I actually scored a Vanillite pin. That was huge, because it saved me the time of having to hunt one down later. Now unfortunately, I couldn't find any creators at the Pokémon Center line. They were probably already inside by now. So I shifted my focus to the outside grounds of the convention center. And right then, as someone stopped me to ask for another Murkrow pin, it sparked a genius idea.
Another idea just popped into my head. My biggest fear is just having an awkward interaction. So I need something to kind of break the ice. What better way to just act like a normal spectator and say, hey, you're a creator, can I get a Murkrow pin? I think that'll be funny because then they'll obviously see my badge and be like, wait, aren't you one? And then we can laugh and then I can throw my pitch at them. So I'm actually really optimistic about this. That actually might be my opening line for the rest of this challenge at this point. So now, let's just approach this as I'm trying to get a Murkrow pin for the pin rally. Let's do this.
First test, Jordan Fringe.
Excuse me, are you a creator? I'm looking for Murkrow pins.
You looking for a Murkrow pin?
No, I'm kidding. What's up?
Yeah, let me, do I know? I don't, sorry.
No, I'm good. I was just messing with you. I'm Zactoshi.
Oh.
I make Pokemon anime content.
Oh, actually, I saw you on the Pokemon the Instagram story. You were on the game show.
Yeah, I'm in the game show tonight.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm a big fan of your content, man.
Thank you so much.
The Murkrow strat was a success. Smooth conversation, got to talk Pokemon anime, and snagged his signature. With him were Caleb Swag and Alchemy Sunday. 2 more. And just like that, I was up 3 signatures in one go. Later, I decided to check out the Legend ZA demo. It felt like the perfect spot for creators to gather. And sure enough, who did I see in line? None other than Munching Orange. Huge opportunity, and I was not about to waste it. There was one problem though. He's still a few minutes away before it was his turn, and the demo itself is around 20 minutes. So do I try to use this time to grab more signatures, or do I just stand outside the ZA demo like a weirdo and just wait? I chose the latter. Once he finished playing, I made my move. No Murkrow strat this time, I just went with a natural introduction.
Yo, Munch.
Yo, what's up, man?
I'm Zactoshi, man.
Nice to meet you.
I make Pokemon anime content, dude.
Yeah, I've seen you around.
Oh, you have? Cool, nice. I saw you playing ZA, bro.
Yeah, it was dope.
Awesome. Listen, real quick before I get your thoughts on that, I'm working on a video here at Worlds. I'm trying to get 100 YouTube creator signatures. I wanted to know if you wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
All right, so you just want me to sign it?
Just sign it, yeah, anywhere.
Cool.
Let me see
I
that.
did a little one. I don't know if you want the
Alright.
full signature.
Let me show them.
That's usually how I do it. You know, I gotta put the
Little,
OS, the whole
good, I know it's you, man.
Yeah,
Much
yeah.
appreciated. Now, before I let you go, real quick, your first impressions of ZA. Fresh off the game, what do you think, man?
It's fun. It's on Switch 2, so it's super smooth.
Yeah.
You know, that's immediately caught my attention. But as far as the gameplay, the battle system, it's really good.
It's
Like,
fresh, man. It's
yeah,
quick, it's
yeah.
intuitive. Like
and the guy who was helping me out, he gave me a little bit of insight. You know, he can't say too much, but like Dark Pulse charges up. Like you can use certain moves to dodge. You can recall to like dodge certain attacks too. So there's a lot of. It's like pretty complex, honestly. It's gonna be a learning curve. I saw some people struggle in those, so I think like some casual
for sure.
fans, they're gonna struggle. A little bit.
But once they get it, it's gonna be so satisfying.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, although I was making progress, it was becoming clear that I was probably not going to finish the pin rally. I needed every minute for creators. The Froakie pin especially was tough since it required competing in a side event, and of course, that's the one I wanted the most. So I had a plan. Trade a Murkrow pin for a Froakie. Easy, right? Wrong. Turns out people were actually scalping Murkrows, so they limited us to just a handful a day. Seriously? We can't have anything nice. Thankfully, I did have one left, the one I saved for myself, and then I thought if I was guaranteed more for tomorrow, why not just trade it? At the pin trading station, people swarmed me for it, but I held onto it until I found a little girl with a Froakie. Trading with her was easily one of the most wholesome moments of the weekend.
Let's go. We got the Froakie. Oh my God. We got the Froakie. Oh, I'm so happy about that. All right. Froakie complete, dog. Oh, we're moving today. I'm so happy.
From there, it was a whirlwind of signatures and conversations. I used the Murkrow strat to get Steve, aka Pokemon Cast, and then this up-and-coming YouTuber named Jarvis Johnson, who was super cool to talk to. John Stone and Nimbly during the TCG Artist panel. I then went back outside to use the Murkrow strat on Emu Emmy, followed by Rhyme Style and Kiera Bug. What can I say? It was actually such a banger icebreaker. When I mentioned the Creator Lounge and how you get free snacks there, they had no idea, even though it was already day 2. They were pretty hyped about that, and I like to think that I made their day, but let's be honest, but probably not. Things were really starting to pick up for me, and just when I thought the day couldn't get any better, I ran into Nate and Dookie again, this time joined by Shofu and Big Man Blastoise himself, Gen 1er. It was so awesome catching up with them and showing how far the challenge had come since day 1. By this point, I was flying, and while I keep collecting signatures, let me tell you about this video sponsor, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark protects your privacy online by encrypting your activity. Much like how Leonhardt pointed me to K-Berry Kim, Surfshark points you to content you wouldn't normally find. With Surfshark, you can change your location to unlock shows and movies only available in other countries. For example, I switched to France to watch Naruto Shippuden on Netflix, which is perfect timing as I meet Vincent Porchot, literally the tallest man in France. But Surfshark isn't just about streaming, it also keeps your personal data safe on public Wi-Fi, super useful at events like Worlds, where thousands of people are online at once. It even protects you from identity theft, so you don't have to worry about someone running off with your personal info the way I almost ran off with Scarecrow Sketch's wallet.
Where'd he go? Dude, I almost stole your bag. Your bag?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh shoot, alright.
And if you want an extra layer of privacy, Surfshark's alternative ID feature generates brand new online details so you can hide your real ones. Kinda like how I flipped my creator badge while pulling the Murkrow strat on May Plays.
Excuse me, are you a creator?
Yeah.
Do you have a Murkrow pin?
Tomorrow.
Sorry. Oh man, sorry to bother you. Actually, I'm kidding. I'm a creator too.
Oh, you are?
My name is Zactoshi. Nice to meet you.
So if you want to take your internet privacy to the next level, head to surfshark.com/Zactoshi or use code Zactoshi at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN, plus a 30-day money-back guarantee. After this, I managed to grab Glitch X City between her Unite matches, and it was clear that confidence was growing. But I knew that the real test was the big kahunas. And who do I see coming down the escalator? Jacob Alfarad and Jaden Animations. I actually saw their meet and greet and briefly considered it just for the bit, but this time I went for it. And by now, you should probably know what my opening line was.
Excuse me, sorry, are you a content creator?
Yeah, I am.
Do you guys have like the Murkrow pins?
I have a few of them.
Oh.
But I'm trying to give them to like fans and stuff like that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm kidding, I'm a content creator too.
Okay, I didn't know. Jacob,
Yeah.
pleasure to meet you.
Alright, Zactoshi, I make Pokemon anime content. What did you think of the icebreaker?
It just makes me nervous.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're okay.
So for context, I was like, do you have the Murkrow pins? And he was like, nah, I'm kind of just giving out to fans. And
Well,
I was like,
are
are
you
you a
like-
content creator? And I was like, no, I'm a content creator. It was just a icebreaker to be like, yeah. So I'm doing a video. I'm trying to get 100 content creator signatures here at World.
wow.
So
we can offer you 2.
Where are you at?
to
Is this the first 2?
no, you're the first 2 of that page.
These two were so awesome to talk with. So nice, so chill. But honestly, the second they came down the escalator, they were instantly swarmed by fans. And yeah, I was part of the problem. I almost feel bad about it. But hey, no time for guilt, because that makes signature number 30. We're on a roll. Actually, make that 31. I met Jeremy the T literally right after this. The Murkrow strat didn't work on him because he saw me at the Creator Lounge, but it did work on Joe Merrick. Yes, the Cerebi himself. And I even learned that he contributed to some of the game show questions.
Well, I won't hold you up any longer.
Yeah.
I'll see you around.
Watching front row, see how you answer my questions.
Oh man. Oh wait, those were your questions?
Oh yeah.
Oh no. All right. I know you're gonna have the deep cuts.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. Take care. Thank you, man.
Now, while I was chasing signatures, I completely missed something huge. Wolf Glick had actually been eliminated from the tournament at this point, meaning that from here on out, he was fair game. But with so much happening, I had no idea yet. By this point, the exhaustion was real. My feet hurt, my body ached. I've been walking non-stop that day and trying to squeeze in as much as I could before the game show. And you might be wondering, why push yourself so hard, especially when I was still so far behind? Why does getting 100 signatures matter that much? The truth is, this challenge wasn't just about signatures. I've never really shared this before, but last year, Pokemon invited me to an early access event for TCG Pocket. I was one of the first to experience the game, alongside a handful of other creators. I showed up, ready to film content, but I never made the video. I didn't really know that many people there, and instead of introducing myself, I sat in silence for most of the event. I felt socially anxious, too scared to talk to people out of fear of being awkward. So I stayed in my shell, feeling like maybe I didn't belong. Even now, being invited to Worlds, I suffered from imposter syndrome. That's why this challenge mattered so much. To prove to myself that I could grow, that I could make new connections, and that I did belong here. And then came Roger's base. Honestly, this might have been my favorite interaction of the whole weekend. I've been a fan of Roger for years, but when I finally met him, he spoke to me like an old friend. We bonded over Naruto, his reactions, and how it felt like I was right there watching alongside him back then. That moment hit me hard. I realized that these were the interactions I used to miss out on, the ones I robbed myself of by staying in my shell. And Roger's welcoming energy showed me exactly the kind of content creator I aspired to be. Right before heading backstage for the game show, I reconnected with Munching Orange. He asked me how the challenge was going, and I told him how I almost scrapped this video on day 1 until I met Nate and Dookie. And then, I kid you not, they literally spawned right behind us. Watching Nate and Dookie catch up with Mo while I joined in, it was surreal. Just a casual conversation with some of the literal creators who inspired me. That's when it really hit me how far I've come since starting my channel. And then came the game show. A few days earlier during rehearsal, I was extremely nervous, even with an empty crowd. But now, standing in front of a packed crowd, I felt calm. Like, almost too calm. And then I realized that after 2 days of pushing myself out of my comfort zone, I wasn't the same person anymore. I went up, played confidently, had an absolute blast, and even won the whole thing. And then afterwards, I grabbed the signatures of my fellow competitors, Buzzer Bob and Oralor67.
Alright, so we're just off the show. How we're feeling?
It was amazing. The crowd was energetic, and I think both of you were just fun just to talk with and play and have a little fun.
The banter was great. It was awesome. All right. Well, I got you guys here. I want you guys to sign the creator passport.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
And then to close the day out, I grabbed Sudowoodo Works, Pokedubs, and the GOAT Gatorex. Honestly, not bad. By the end of day 2, I was proud. I'd finally hit my stride and the challenge was alive again. But the truth is, I was still far behind. With only 1 day left, the toughest challenge was still ahead. Day 3. This was it, my final day at Worlds. Spirits were high, but reality check, I still needed 62 more signatures to hit 100. That's nearly double what I had so far. But what made today even tougher is that I had a meet and greet schedule, which meant losing a big chunk of time, and later I had to be at the arena early for the finals before it filled up. So already, time was not on my side. And if that was not enough pressure, there was one more thing on my mind. Wolf Glick. Last night I learned he'd been eliminated, which meant that today was my one and only chance to finally approach him. Whether I'd find him or not, that was the wild card.
Hybrid, real quick. What's up, man? Do you think I have a chance of completing the goal today?
How many are you at? 49?
Holy shit, is that JPR? Dude, I love your content. Could you sign my book?
Yeah,
oh
man.
my god.
I'm gonna be #1 in this thing, right?
No.
Actually, I'm #1 already.
Who are all these people?
Go back.
Believe it or not, this was my first time seeing John at the convention center since day 1. Why, you may ask? Well, because yesterday he ditched us for NASCAR instead of cheering me on at the game show. What a supportive friend. Now, although I was optimistic, Hybrid pointed out something that I hadn't even considered.
You have all day today, but we have
A meet and greet.
a meet and greet. You just have general fan interactions. You just won the Pokemon Trivia, the quiz, the game show. So everybody who is there knows you now.
Oh, true.
So you can't even pull the strat of the Murkrow pins from yesterday.
That is true.
And then on top of that, everyone's engrossed into watching the finals of either Unite, Go, TCG, or VGC. So it's like either you're occupied or they're occupied.
Honestly, he wasn't wrong. But after the momentum I built yesterday, I felt confident enough to just approach people as myself. And that's exactly how day 3 kicked off. I reunited with Super Duper Danny, who I'd actually met backstage before the game show along with Real Breaking Nate. They'd just finished a Pokemon Center reveal panel, which gave me a chance to chat with them. Though, since filming wasn't allowed backstage, I had to wait until today to finally get their signatures. Danny also mentioned that a lot of creators were already heading into the arena for the Unite finals at 10 AM, which only confirmed Hybrid's concerns. Now, something I haven't mentioned yet is the fact that Raph actually had an extra stash of Murkrow pins back at the hotel, and last night he let me grab just enough to cover the remaining pins for the rally. My plan was to trade them throughout the day like I did for Froakie and slowly finish the set. But I kid you not, literally seconds after talking to Danny, we got swarmed by spectators wanting to trade. And just like that, 5 minutes into day 3, I crossed off one of my side goals. The pin rally is complete. Pretty sure there might have been some scalpers there though, but I'm not gonna think about it. I've got a challenge to continue. With that out of my way, I had 30 minutes before the meet and greet, so I decided to grind. First up, Doc Colin, one of Alpharad's editors. Next, I made my way into the arena to see what it was like, and spotted Numb Nexus, who just finessed his way into getting 2 Gatorades for the price of 1. Good stuff, my guy. And inside, I made it just in time to see Spraggles fumble with the t-shirt cannon. I tried scoping out creators, but with everyone sitting down to watch the games, I decided to save the arena for later. Now wasn't really the right time. Back in the convention center, I reunited with Pulse Effects, who I first met during Badge Collection. Then I picked up signatures from Fideauso and Pinku Kiwi right before it was time for the meet and greet. The meet and greet itself was amazing. Shout out to everyone who came by, especially the legend who brought out the 3DS to take photos. Though this took time away from the challenge, the meet and greet was definitely a highlight of the weekend, and I appreciate every fan interaction. After an hour or so, it was back to the grind, and almost immediately, I ran into Spanish creators Ripper and Hector Naib. This was one of my favorite interactions because I actually got to speak Spanish with them, and Ripper's even a fan of my content. Their excitement gave me such a huge boost of energy. But here's where it got complicated. There was actually a cutoff to how many people can attend the meet and greet, so fans who were left out were camping outside and caught me afterwards. They were super nice people, but also more time was slipping away. And word was also spreading that creators had to be in the arena within the next 2 hours, otherwise we might lose our seats. If I slowed down too long, I'd lose my shot at more signatures, so I decided to skip lunch and keep grinding. And then, something new started to happen. People were recognizing me from the game show. A bunch of fans stopped me to say congrats, which was awesome, but it definitely ate into my already limited time. In the lobby, I ran into Vanta J, who I also met during the badge collection day, so it was nice reuniting with him. Right after that, I pulled the good old Murkrow pin trick on Wigglier, and her reaction was honestly one of the funniest in the entire weekend.
You're all out of the Murkrow pins?
I'm out of Murkrow pins.
Oh,
I was literally,
no.
I'm so sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm also a creator.
Oh. I was like, oh my gosh,
No.
I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I walked down and was like,
I'm trying to meet 100 creators and get their signature on
great.
the passport. So I would love for you to sign
Literally,
it.
I would be honored to sign it.
Awesome.
Next was Nora in the future, and with her, I hit the halfway point, 50 signatures. This was a big milestone, but of course, there is still a lot of work to do. I need to double that by the end of the day. I then went back to the ZA demo, where I spotted Raidaway. I had to act fast before he started playing, so I asked one of the Nintendo staff members to call him over. He looked a bit confused at first, but once I explained the challenge, he was all in.
All right, can I get a quick thumbs up for
Absolutely.
the cam? All right, awesome
Drop a
meeting you.
like.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
This interaction was a fun one, cause earlier in the weekend, I would have been too shy to pull something off like that, as seen from my stalking of Munching Orange. From there, I picked up a group, Nomad Min, Duckman Digital, Delunazy, and Nico the Hedgehog in some awesome cosplay. That shot me up to 55. Then it was Unite streamer Data Dave, followed by Shiny Hunter Quick Panic. He told me he's been catching up on Ash's journey with his son, which was so cool. And he also let me know that he was meeting up with a group, so I made a mental note to circle back. Next, I ran into Real Breaking Nate, along with basically Marie. They were excited to learn that this was my first world, so Nate recommended I check out the World's Museum, and I realized that I actually hadn't stopped to see it all weekend because I've been busy running around so much. I walked up to it, soaked in the history, but before I could get too sentimental, in came Insane the Rain music and Steph of Anime. We'd already met in the creator lounge earlier, but it was still nice catching up. They pointed me towards the shiny hunting group that were in line to take a picture with the giant Gengar and Nidorino statue. And sure enough, I scored signatures from Agent V, Absolblog's Pokemon, Kotatsu and Univa with her Totodile, and Party Arlie. That put me at 65. I was on fire at this point. Signature after signature, my count was climbing faster than it did on day 2. But even with all this momentum, still no Wolfie. Time was running out and I couldn't help but wonder, was I actually gonna find him before Worlds ended? Half an hour left and the pressure was going strong. I met Goosaphone, the #1 Journeys fan, who definitely wanted to push my buttons about that, but no time cause here's Tess Official, the #1 Serena fan. We'd known each other for years, so finally meeting him was great. And right after, I found Mapache Rants to put me at 73. And then I saw another clutch group, the Unite Casters, Spraggles, Doob Snacks, Dracusan, and Steel Agent Kyle. Absolute legends. Out of these 4, I think my interaction with Doob Snacks was the funniest.
You just saw the other caped guy. I'm the guy that cast with the other caped guy because I also, well...
The partner in crime, Batman and Robin?
I have a cape, yeah. He thinks he's Batman, it's really me.
All right.
He's got Robin energy, he just hates to admit it.
Yeah, no one wants to admit that they're the Robin, you know?
Of course not. Well, are you having a good time?
I'm having a great time. I actually was in the arena and I saw you guys for a little bit. Right after
nice.
right after Unite, I went in there for a little bit in the intermission.
Did you see us do the t-shirt stuff?
Yeah.
Did you see how bad he was at the t-shirt? Yeah. The no look? No way! A tragedy. Robin energy.
That pushed me to 77 signatures, more than 3/4 of the way there. By now, most of the creators were already in the arena or making their way there, so it was time to do the same. I reunited with the boys, we made our way inside, and can I just say that being at the finals of Pokemon Worlds was breathtaking. An entire arena packed with Pokemon fans, all watching history unfold. The franchise has come such a long way. Now originally, my plan was to grind out the last 23 signatures here, and it even seemed possible since all the creators are gathered in one section, but something unexpected happened. As I started chatting about the finals, the game show, or just catching up with people I'd met along the way, I noticed I was putting the camera down. I wasn't chasing the number anymore, I just wanted to be present. And in that moment, I had realized that I'd already achieved the true goal of this challenge. It was never about the signatures. It was about breaking out of my comfort zone, about proving I belonged here, and looking around, surrounded by friends, old and new, as we celebrated this amazing franchise that brought us together. It felt like I finally did belong. So yeah, I failed the challenge. I didn't get 100, but those 77 weren't just signatures. They were conversations, connections, and proof of my growth. And thinking back to last year where I couldn't even start a conversation, World showed me that I had it in me all along. And as for Wolfie, well, what if I told you that I saw him one last time? Right before going into the arena, in the lobby, I noticed a crowd forming. When I got closer, there he was. I shook his hand, got the signature, and even got a vague recognition from him. That makes the total 78. Not 100, but honestly, it felt perfect. This was my first Worlds, and it won't be my last. I hope I get to see everyone again at Pokemon XP, and maybe next year, I'll even meet more of you. Have yourself a damn good one.